welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Cisco's. So, last episode we did work on a little iron farm and a basic food farm. So now we are growing multiple crops. They are potatoes, carrots, and wheat. That's like the basic three. Of course, there's also beetroot and pumpkin and watermelon. That stuff we will set up later. It is not really needed at this point. However, whenever I do see anything requiring any of those, I will be sure to set up a farm. However, for right now, we are good. We also dabbled a little bit into the iron farm, so now we have a nice little easy iron farm that's generating. I have been playing just a little bit, just so that the colony can evolve and grow with the series, because if I do not spend a little bit of time offline working on the colony, then this thing will take forever. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm not sure if I showcased that we do. Oh crap, I kind of forgot we do backflips. But I don't know if you guys noticed, but we do have 2 more residences. So if memory serves me right, this should house 4 people. The guard towers, which we have 2 of, should house 1 person apiece, and then with 3 residences, that should give us 3 more people for a grand total of 9. So our colony can be said to be approaching settlement numbers, which is pretty cool. Another building that I did do offline was the university. So this is how it looks at tier 1. We'll go look at that real quick, but I did want to showcase how this looks a little different, where if you are confused as to what this is the builder's hut. It's just upgraded. Unfortunately, I did make it a little offset, so it's a little higher than what it's actually supposed to be, so it does look a little off. However, I can always fix that by adding a little bit more dirt here, maybe extend out the terrain to help it make it look a little more natural, but it's nice. But yeah, this is the next tier for the builder's hut, which is pretty cool. As you can see, it does tell you right there. And now we actually have a little underground basement, which is very solid. We also have 2 racks as well. So now that we actually have that, technically we have 3 chests worth of space. So whenever it does come to upgrading the town hall and the university, and probably building the barracks and or the combat academy, aka the larger builds that may require tons of resources and or many different types, this guy will be able to do the job we need done. And I did not upgrade this one because as that one was upgrading their place, this guy had been building the university, which we will have him upgrade this place later. I think I might upgrade this to tier 3 as this one's going to tier 2. Reason being is I think the university is about to limit us on certain things. So over here in this area, we should be able to actually access the university. Actually, first, let's move this just in case. And then here, what the university does is it allows you to research different things. Why is this important? Well, this is how you can unlock different buildings and unlock different attributes, skills that these colonists may have. So if we were to look over here and look at soft shoes, farmers will no longer trample crops. I mean, honestly, you don't need them, or at least from what I've seen, you don't need them. However, there are rare occasions where the farmers will mess up the crops, but that doesn't really matter. These are not that bad. This is only anything in the level 1 column only takes about half an hour. Level 2 takes an hour, 3, 2 hours, 4, 4 hours, 5 is a full 8 hours, and then if you're doing like the very exclusive skills, then it does take 16 hours. I know that's not in game or game time, which would be 16 minutes. It's like actually that long. So the sooner you start with mine colonies, the better, especially in regards to research. It is very critical that you get started as soon as possible. That's why I wanted to get this place ASAP. But yeah, that's the tech area. I didn't really go over much things. I can't really explain everything uh regarding all this. I highly recommend if you are giving mine colonies a try, just come over here and take a quick look. You could see there's tons of things, and it would take forever for me to try to explain how all of this works. But what I will say is here in the combat section is where you can increase your guard's strength or skills. So, for example, if we come over here to improved leather, oh my goodness, I couldn't read that. As you can see, all you have to do is have a level 1 Talon Hull, as well as 32 leather, and then this will become researched, and then the armor has 10% increased durability. That's not too impressive, but this also branches over here to where you have boiled leather, which adds another 10, and then you get iron skin, which this isn't really too crazy, but as you can see, it can be kind of nice. But what I think is pretty cool is like the regeneration effect, where when they hit 20% HP, they'll run away until they heal up and then they'll come back and fight. So it helps prevent them from dying as often, which is really nice. Not to mention, there's tons of different things. Like over here, you got parry, you got dodging, improving. Let's see, like right here, the armor increases, so not durability like the actual armor. So if you give the knight a pretty solid armor, this can get, let's see, 5, 10, that's 25, 50, basically double the armor. So if we were to give one of these guys this armor, that's way in the future when we do max out the guard towers or towers, then we should be able to give them bright steel gear that is fully enchanted. And if we looked at this, this was what, 16, 26, 33 armor, so they would be chilling at 66 armor, which is pretty solid. And of course, if we want to give them even stronger gear with better enchants, we can do so. So then they can become pretty strong. It's very nice, especially since probably pretty soon we might actually have to fight off some barbarians. So if we come over here to the civilian sector, which is exactly where I actually want to start, as you can see here, Keen unlocks the library, which will allow these people to uh, level up their stats. Then let's see, over here we have first aid. So then let's see, what does this one do? Doesn't really specify. Oh yeah, increase health. I'm a little slow when looking at this. Here we have higher learning, so school. So basically you have the same coin. And then over here, ambition, which helps make your people happier. I've never really built one of these, even though I've unlocked it, so that might be something we should do. We have a graveyard, so whenever people do perish, they can get buried instead of us just mining up their grave and that's it. They will now be remembered, which is pretty instant, which is pretty cool. And then we have stamina, which we can unlock the hospital, which will allow us to get a doctor to start distributing different foods so that these people can start curing themselves. So, first things first, I do want to see if I get the barracks. So, if we look over here, we can unlock the barracks. However, we need guard towers totaling tier 3. So, while I guess I set one of the guard towers to be built, we will unlock one of these guys. So, right here, see which one would be better, the library or school. You know what? We don't have many children, in our village yet, so we will do the library just because we do have a few adults that aren't currently doing anything. So if we come down here, we can sleep real quick and grab ourselves some books. Boom, perfect. Let's see, it did say one person did grow up. Cool. Sweet. And then, of course, if we take a quick look, as you can see, I have been getting more resources. And then today we are also going to make a quick visit into the XP farm, or the spawner area that I do have set up. And we are going to be getting some XP, and then hopefully utilizing that depending on how useful it is. One thing is you could only do research depending on the level of the university, so we can technically only research one thing at a time. So here we click on that. As you can see, it says 0 out of 1. When we do upgrade the university to level 2, then it will build an extra room for another researcher, which will allow us to research 2 things, and then so on and so forth until it hits the max tier of 5. Pretty cool how that works, and very useful. In the meantime, let's run over here. I do believe I have everything. Let me double check. I put away my chests. Interesting. Okay, so let's grab those real quick. And then we'll head over to the area. Okay, yeah, I have no clue where my chests went. I swear, I had chests, just like how I had some potatoes earlier, and then, boom, they're gone. I have no clue what happened to them. So far, I haven't lost anything else, but it looks like those chests and my potatoes disappeared. And no, I'm not talking about these potatoes. I actually had, I want to say it was about 30 to 36 potatoes just on me. And then out of nowhere, as I was exploring, they just disappeared, which is a little insane. Just because I did have a little bit to show you guys this episode, I did want to go over the uh, things that we built, the XP farm, just because I'm basically doing a little bit of the setup. It's not completely done, or I don't know how I want to phrase it, but we are going to be utilizing this wither skeleton spawner just so I could start farming some skeleton heads. And then let's grab some of these guys so that we can actually modify our spawner. Because we do have apotheosis, we can modify it. So if we come over here and place it there and right click it with a comparator, now you need to provide it with a redstone signal for it to actually start spawning, which is something I prefer to do to my spawners, just so that you can control them. You don't want them always spawning, even if you're in the area, just because it can be a little laggy depending on your device. And then, how I said, as you modify your spawner, it can get pretty crazy fast. And if it does get crazy fast, then yeah, you might want to do controlled bursts here and there. So yeah, if we were to hold control and look at the stats on this thing, it can spawn 2 at a time for a max of 6 in the vicinity, with spawn range of 4, activation range of 12. The min spawn delay is 180, which is about 9 seconds, and then the max spawn time is about 240, which is about 12 seconds. Each second is equal to 20 ticks, and everything here is shown in ticks. So just divided by 20, and then you know that's how long it could take. So at this rate, every 9 seconds is how fast they could spawn. But if we start clicking with sugar, as you can see, it does decrease it by 10. And then you could get it all the way down to 20. So that's some pretty fast speed sometimes. And then we could do the same thing for this one. Honestly, I kind of might want it to be every... Let's do every 5 seconds. So anywhere from 1 second to 5 seconds, it'll spawn some mobs for us. So I'll just leave it at like such. Let's get a piece of stone real quick. Now we can actually put it here. We'll mine you, and then we'll put the glass down so that the light will not affect the spawner, but then we can actually still see it. Oh crap. Let's collect this. Boom. Let's put this here. I might leave the center open just because right now I don't have create stuff ready. But once I start dabbling in create, I could always do a little redstone link and then have it controlled over here, which would make it so much simpler than having to come over here and utilizing the lever. So let's put you here. We'll do this, we'll do that. And then I guess I could do this and then it'll start. But first, before that happens, I do want to put down our chests. So let's do this like that. And then right here, we will have our chests. And just like that. I know it does look a little funky, but that is because I did want to put the hoppers here, like so. Oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. And just like that, whenever they do fall, we can start smacking them. They perish, items get collected and stored over here. I did create this little area so that I can actually use some storage drawers to hold large amounts of certain items, just because I do think I'm going to be alternating the different spawn eggs. So right now it is a wither, but once we get the capturing enchantment, then we can go slay some mobs, hopefully get a spawn egg, and then rotate them out, just so that if we are trying to farm a certain resource, it would be way easier. So just like that, if we were to come back up here and click on this, boom, they'll spawn pretty quickly. And then, I mean, it's not anything too crazy of a spawner, pretty vanilla. Just have them spawn, they go, they move, they go into that little hole, they just keep getting pushed over and then drop. They're not going up or down and taking extra damage, just because these guys' health will fluctuate depending on the level. I did kill myself quite a few times to lower the level in the area and my overall level. So I'm only level 4, but as we start slaying these guys, our level will increase, and so will theirs in reaction to ours. So then here we can just come smacking, boom, free XP, super easy, super basic. This will start collecting stuff, and then one of the best things about wither skeletons, besides the chance for free wither skulls, is the fact that we can get some bones for fertilizer, especially if you're trying to make certain farms, and then the coal. So yeah, pretty cool. And then since we are slaying them, we are also going to be collecting some bounty bags, and honestly, I do have a lot saved up, so maybe at the end of the next episode, we'll do a nice little bag opening, just because I do want to go fight at least one boss before we do other things. But with that being said, there is one thing that I do want to build after I click this with the spider eye. That just allows at least one more guy to spawn at a time. But yeah, I did tell you guys that I did fight off a raid and it was successful, so we did unlock a new sword from the quest, and I just found out that there is a quest you can complete to get yourselves enchanted golden apples, which was something I was trying to get when exploring different dungeons. How I said before, if you guys would like me to record just dungeon episodes where we are just going into random dungeons and trying to loot it, just let me know. Those episodes will be slightly longer so that I don't feel too rushed when doing those. So if you guys would like to see that, make sure to go down into the comments and let me know that yes, you would like to see more dungeon runs. But as of right now, after the first one we did, if we find any interesting buildings, then yeah, I'll do that with you guys. However, once we do it at least once, from here on out, those things will just be just me, unless you guys say otherwise. But yeah, 2 quests that you can do really easy is the Nature's Compass This one will give us the scroll, which is pretty cool. And then to craft it, I mean, that's pretty easy. And then if we come over here to the Explorer's Compass, which allows you to look up any structures from any mods, very useful and very needed. When you do this, you actually get access to 5 enchanted golden apples as well as another wisdom scroll. So now that I have one of these guys, if I were to come back over here, where is it? Yes, here, grab 3 of these. Where did I put my sword? That is the question. There it is. Sweet. And if we were to come over here and press U to craft it, we are going to need a little bit of gold. So let's grab 4 from here. And then just U, press the plus, and just like that, when we do craft it, it will now have the extra attributes from our skill tree. So instead of just doing 19 damage, it gets the extra 7, pushing it to 26. And then instead of it staying at a 1.6 attack speed, it does gain that 25%, making it 2. And it is a pretty solid sword. So if we were to click on it, just like that, we now have ourselves a pretty good sword. However, I'm still not going to use it just because I do want to modify it. And now that we have access to a nice little XP farm, getting XP will be way easier, which will then allow us to start utilizing some of the Godforged material to upgrade our gear. So let's toss this up here, sleep again, and then we will teleport over and fight one of the bosses that is a quest. And then after that, we'll see what I want to do. Just because, honestly, it seems like I know how to yap. So, sorry about that. Okay, let's get over here. And if we were to come over here and click on this, this is where one of the bosses is, the old champion. If we were to come over here, I'm pretty sure it is right here, Deus Infectorum. Yep, I'm not sure if I said that right, but here you could kind of see the different bosses that are available in the mod pack. So at the very bottom, we have Slay the Old Champion's Remains, and you can find it using a Moonstone Compass. However, you can always just use the Explorer's Compass, which is so much easier. The only downside right now is the fact that I actually have to craft it. Oh no, never mind, it just registers if I slay it. Okay, that's even better. I thought I had to craft the compass. So after we slay him, I think I need to farm XP / get some wither skulls so that I can make the wither, because I'm pretty sure the wither drops something to make one of these 2 bosses. So yeah, let's come over here, and if we were to look at our map, kind of see this guy is kind of underneath this square area, just we don't know where. Oh, here it is. This one actually has an entrance. I have found like 3 or 4 different types of Champion's Remains in previous runs with my brother where there was no top. So this one actually having one is kind of nice. We will utilize a singular golden apple if I truly do need it, but I really hope I don't. So let's get our crossbow, let's drop in and try fighting this dude. See what happens. Okay. Oh, he's behind us. Did not expect that. Thought he was gonna spawn in, kind of forgot about that. Okay. Yep, I guess I gotta use this. Boom. Get that heal up. Where is he at? Boom. Smack him a few times. Come on. Okay, he has his shield up. Okay. Okay. That slowing is a little annoying. Okay, let's see. Boom. Okay. Slowly withering down his health. Just keep smacking him. And then if we press G, we could actually give ourselves some buffs. I need to double check the keybinds. I'm pretty sure something might have changed. But yeah, as you can see, we do a little bit of damage when his shield is up, but when it's down, we do a lot more. So let's see, if I go behind him, let's see, ooh, we're taking damage now. It's like the golden apple ran out. And then we could just run around a little bit. Let's get the crossbow out. And if he shows his face, we'll snipe him in the face. This crossbow is a heavy crossbow, which is pretty nice damage-wise. So we shoot like that. Whoops. Kind of forgot I had the arrows over here. Let's load it up again, and then you gotta shoot him in the head. Oh, I did not see. Okay, let's heal up and run around. Did not expect them to do that much damage. Okay, let's heal up. Run to the side. He's not that hard, I'm just making it harder by not trying to just utilize pure melee. Trying to showcase that you can fight him with ranged tools. It's just if you shoot him in the torso where his shield is, he will block any and all projectiles, including magic. So you do kind of have to aim at his head and or at his back and hit him to actually take him out. So let's come over here and snipe him real quick. As you saw, took a little bit more damage. And then if we come over here, he did take a bit, but since he had his shield up, he's okay. Let's do that. Boom. He explodes. However, look at that. The Frenzy Shade. Oh, kind of forgot this guy does some good damage. Actually, this does not seem too good for us. Boom. Let's do that. Where is it? Interesting. Where did he go? What's going on? What? I have no clue what happened. Did he go down? It sounds like he's down there. Just... What? Where did he go? He's here. Unless he went upstairs? Oh, he's floating in the air. Is he? Yep, he is. Oh, there he is. Hello there. Oh. Let's... Okay. Run around. Ooh. Juked us. Okay, got him. Ooh. But he did hurt a lot. And we're dead. Okay,
You are immortal. Return and give that pitiful creature a demonstration of this fact.
Okay, guy. Whatever. Okay, that was not fun. Kind of forgot. He just attacks repeatedly over and over. Kind of doesn't stop. A little mistake on my end, but as long as we're not lagging, I mean, which one should we use? Nope. Let's get a normal sword. Where is it? This might actually be pretty... Oh no, that's diamond. I thought that was runic. Where's my runic weapon? This one? I guess this might do us well. Let's get ourselves some crossbows ready. And let's go give it another shot. Yeah, that was a little bit of a mistake on my part. I was trying to showcase him a little bit, while also trying to utilize different fighting tactics, but seems like that guy is way faster than I remembered. But at the same time, when I did fight him, on a server, he was not that fast. So, I don't know. If we do this, boom, get ourselves a shield. Just so whenever we are using this, we can fight a little bit. I guess having a golden apple when we drop down wouldn't be too bad of an idea. Let's see. Sword, double crossbow, both loaded. Golden apple. Okay, cool. We are not going to do a lot of damage, but we have a little something to do a hit or two while trying to recover our gear. Let's hope this works. Oh crap, I did not expect that. What?
You have eternity to keep trying. Do what it takes.
Interesting. Since when? Look at that, he's already attacking. Let's see. So that's...
Death may impede your conquest, but only broken will can halt it.
Interesting. Very interesting. There's two of them? There's multiple. Something is not right. Let's go back up there and go check it out. Because I swear, it feels like they are splitting every time we die. Okay, we get over here. So that's... Okay, so we survived somehow. Let's see. Boom. And then come over here, grab our stuff. What? That's insane. That's insane. Come on, let me roll over. Okay. Alright. And we are back. So I just mined straight down after drinking a potion of evasion. But my question still lies in what the hell? That seems way different from what I remember. L2 hostility, come over here. We can check the configs, difficulty mechanics, traits. This kind of walks you through some of it. Not very clearly defining, honestly. The difficulty mechanics. Yes, yes. Traits. Let's see, where is it? Should be curse. Erosion. Counter. Okay, nope. Where's cursed? Effect traits. How is this cursed? Okay. Hold up. Because we were getting hit constantly with cursed. I very much dislike how this is set up. Effect traits. You gotta click on this just to look at cursed, which just says prevents healing compared to the others that actually show. Let's see. I swear, I feel like the guy was invisible at some point. It's hard to see them unless it's just truly that dark underground. Interesting. You know what? Well, looks like we couldn't slay the dude, which is weird because I feel, I don't know, feels different from how I first played. I'm probably going to look this up and see if it's supposed to spawn that many shades, or if we die, more come out, or what's the case, because I do not remember that at all. I remember when I did fight him before, yes, he spawned the shade, but once you slayed a single shade, they were all dead, or they died. I don't remember being hit by multiple areas, just one dude. So that feels a little off, but well, kind of ruins what I was trying to do this episode, unfortunately, because I was hoping to destroy this guy, probably get these two in the next episode, so that we can start doing a little bit more stuff, but because we are being restricted, I think instead I will focus on collecting the skulls, so that we can take on the Wither. Once we take him on, then it'll start becoming time to prep for the Ocean Temple, which honestly, if you guys didn't know, the Ocean Guardian or Elder Guardians in the temple are a little absurdly OP. So I am definitely going to be utilizing my XP farm to power level as much as possible, just because we are going to need quite a bit of skill points to get us strong enough to fight that guy without getting absolutely destroyed. So with these points that I do now have, let's see where I want to put it into. Just because effect power is nice, however, it would be pretty cool if we can start putting points into other areas. One of the few areas that we kind of need, honestly. Let's see. Where do I want to go? Plus 10 blocking. That gives us 1. That gives us 2. That'll put at S5. And then we need 3 points. So then 3 points would go here. Yeah. So what I think, or let's see. So plus 5 blocking per enchantment on a shield. We could get at least 3 for 2. So then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next point of XP would put, let's say 2, 10. That would be 18. That is higher than this side. That's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So slightly more, do more melee damage, which is very nice. But when we are underwater, melee isn't going to be our best friend. So instead, I am going to allocate my points over here, and then I'll show you guys kind of like the skill tree that I'm going to go into the fight with. But for right now, we'll start doing this so that our shield can actually start blocking attacks. That's something I also realized. Our shield has just not been blocking any attacks whatsoever at this point. It's just been there to increase the amount of damage we do just by holding it. So now that we actually put some points into blocking, and hopefully get some more points into blocking, it'll actually start doing its proper job, and maybe we should be able to do some proper damage. But what I can say is I am going to focus on getting a ton of more XP, buying a whole ton more skill points, so that we can start doing stuff. Not to mention, the more XP we have, the better it is for us to start doing apotheosis and actually increase our gear. So yeah, with that, guys, this episode was a little bit on the shorter end and kind of a bust in the fact that we lost against that dude when I thought we were plenty strong to fight him. It looks like we technically aren't. So what I'm thinking is, actually, instead of wrapping it up, there's an Archevoker. Let's go test our luck. And I mean, if we can take him out, then I know of 2 other Archevoker areas that I can go to. Hopefully get some legendary ink. So that might be something worth giving a shot. So let's just get all this stuff out of our way, except you. Let's see. Can't take golden apples. Yeah, we'll hold on to you just in case. This sword is just not that good. at all, unless you're playing vanilla Minecraft. Kind of sucks to say that, but that's just the truth behind it. Let's see, our armor could use a little touch up before we go fight. Yes, XP, which we don't need to worry about because we do have this thing over here. Okay, come back. Let's see. Do you 1, 1, 1, and then you. Perfect. Sweet. Everything's a-okay. We have our crossbow right next to it. Boom, 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 boom. Then we can just run over real quick. Gonna be too long of a run. Should be under an hour this time. Hopefully, that's my goal. Getting this episode under an hour. Yeah, Archevoker just over there. Oh yeah, I put a little waypoint. So yeah, once we get over there, climb up the little tower. Hopefully, take them on and win, so that I can get some legendary ink, so that we can actually start getting some spells. Who knows? Maybe the iron spells is some of the stuff we need to actually start doing the damage that we need to take on that guy, because that was atrocious. Like, I swear that dude is not that hard. I just don't know why it felt kind of insane, because technically when we fought him, we were at most level 7, player level 7. Chunk difficulty in that area should only be like 7 up. So that dude should have been level 24 at best, because I'm pretty sure he's not a boss that has any specific modifiers in the data pack, at least from what I could remember. So I'm a little stumped as to what just happened. Come on. Just a few more blocks. Damn. Just falling everywhere. Good. And let's get in there. Or is it completely sealed off? Kind of forget about this stuff. Let's see. There it is. And hello. Goodbye. Boom. You guys are all done. Yeah, you see? Level 2. Low level. Should not be high level. And then, of course, there's a little downstairs over here if you so desire. I'm pretty sure it's like right under here. Let's see. Where is it? Okay. Is it over here? Nope. Okay, which block is it? Pretty sure there's supposed to be a ladder. Oh well. Well, at least you know there's something down there. If you guys are curious what's down there, it's just extra stuff. Nothing too crazy. Let's see. Rare? I'll just take everything. Might be useful. Any chests? Nope. Okay. Let's see. Another one. Gone. 3 inscription tables, so if you didn't want to craft it, well, you could always get one yourself for free. Let's get up here. Hardcore. Gotta love it. We'll see. Boom. Not too hard, but I ain't that good, so who knows, maybe I might make it look hard. Some epic ink, that's some very good news for us. Let's see, take all of those. Wheat, not really necessary for us. And let's go up and fight this dude. Look at that, level 11, but just instant. Another epic ink, which, I mean, I wish it was higher, but I cannot be mad about that. This stuff isn't that good. What about over here? Rare. Wish it was better. And then up here, nothing too crazy. Well, I mean, we did get some epics, so that's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure I do have a legendary scroll and maybe 2 epics that I can hopefully break down into a possible legendary ink. I don't know. I'll let you guys know if I'm successful on that front. And then, where is it? I'm pretty sure there's another area where I did see a second evoker. Though, I don't think it was that. That's something different. Looks like the mansion's over here, so maybe next episode we'll go visit that. I don't think we'll try anything from Ice and Fire just yet after being completely destroyed. And I mean, it's over there, but I'm just double checking. Yeah, never mind. I thought I saw two more, but this is also another Archevoker tower. So I'll probably head over there, take him out, and then see if I could get another epic or possibly a legendary. As for the spells that I'm going for, if we come over here and put at irons and then space, I can pretty much tell you that some of the spells I recommend is, yeah, is it evasion? Evasion's pretty cool, but I'm pretty sure it's echoing strikes. Yes, because the higher the tier of echoing strikes you have, the more damage you do, which looks like if we were to craft one of these, we possibly may be getting a level 4, possibly level 5. If not, if we're not lucky to get the legendary ink, we will definitely be getting the epic tier. Reason why I recommend this is because, yeah, it does say 72% extra damage. However, if you are using Ender gear with Ender spell power increases on your accessories, this 72% could be in the tiers of 500 to 1000% increase. I don't know. Maybe you guys will see it next episode. And then on top of that, if I can charge a creeper one way or another, I'll just collect me a bottle of lightning and make the charge scroll where we are either going to be making a legendary, or if we're not that lucky, then a definite epic tier. Just because this will also increase our attack damage, our movement speed, and if we do use spells, it'll increase our spell power. And then this is the same thing where if you use any accessories that do have anything in the lightning category, you would increase the length effect. I know when I was playing on a server, my length effect was close to 3 minutes, and because I was using legendary, of course, but then also my echoing strikes was nearing like 11,000%. So I was doing some pretty insane damage, and that was how I was taking on the dragons of this mod pack, just because they are pretty strong and can pretty much decimate you if you are not careful. But yeah, as you guys saw, it seems like even though we think we are strong enough to be taking on some of these bosses, looks like we are actually just not quite there yet. However, what I can do is work on getting XP, how I told you guys, and then possibly make a little quick trip over to the Twilight Dimension. I'm pretty sure there's some stuff over there. Well, not pretty sure. I'm definitely sure that there's some stuff over there that would definitely help us along this journey. And it looks like that little tower back there might actually be uh something from Iron Spells. So I might actually be able to get something over there if I'm not wrong. That might be from the Cryomancer. No, the Fire Dude. I don't even know what his title is, but just know I will take care of that. But yeah, with that, guys, hopefully you learned something this episode. I did not complete my mission in defeating the boss. However, I did show you guys my little XP farm, and it is kind of pretty reliable. So hopefully, just showing you guys how setting up a basic farm, XP farm, is still very useful, and with Apotheosis, you can always make it pretty darn strong. If you guys have any comments, questions, suggestions, and or advice, and or know anything about the Frenzy Shade, and whether it's supposed to spawn with only one of them or actually 5 plus. I'm pretty sure it felt like there was more than 5. But yeah, if you know anything about that, make sure to put that down in the comments. I'll be sure to read that when I do get a chance. I do check it every few days, so response should be somewhat timely. And if you guys are interested in the series and would like to follow along and see if I can actually beat all of these bosses and accomplish what the Order of Truth wants us to do, then make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you guys can follow along and get updated whenever I do upload a new episode. But with that, guys, thank you guys for watching, and until next time, peace.